Hi folks, here's the million-dollar question. Let's get brutally honest for a sec. If I gave you $1 million right now, would you be financially stable or just temporarily dazzled? Most people assume financial stability is about having a big lump sum. But truthfully, it's less about how much you earn and more about what you do with it, where you live, and what stability actually means to you. Today, I'm answering the burning billion-dollar question. How much money do you actually need to stop stressing and start living? Stay till the end to know how differently the rich folks will view the real cost of stability. So, defining financial stability. It's not a Ferrari, you know? Financial stability isn't owning a yacht, having 7 income streams, or bathing in crypto. It's the ability to cover your basic needs: housing, food, transportation, healthcare, and emergency buffers, without losing sleep or sacrificing joy. Ask yourself, can I handle a surprise expense without spiraling? Can I take a week off work without falling behind? Can I invest, save, and still enjoy tacos on Tuesdays? Now, here is the numbers breakdown. That is what stability costs. Let's get technical for a minute and still keep it spicy. For most people, financial stability means earning 2 times your fixed monthly expenses, plus a buffer for irregular costs and savings. If your total bills, rent, food, transport, insurance, cost $3,000 a month, you should aim for $6,000 per month gross income for true breathing room. Why? Taxes eat up 20 to 30%. Emergencies cost unexpectedly. Hello, surprise dental visits. And future, you want a vacation, not just survival. The hack is, use the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings, debt payoff. Cost of stability can depend on where you live. Like, stability in New York City might require, let's say, $85,000 per year. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, maybe $45,000. Geography affects everything: rent, transportation, even how much your avocado toast costs. Spoiler, always too much. Now, think of where you live. What's your biggest financial headache? Parking fees, childcare, endless iced coffees? And a tip here, use cost of living calculators like Numbeo or Smart Asset to get real figures for your area. Let's talk about lifestyle inflation, the sneaky stability killer. Here's the twist. As your income rises, your expenses often do too. That's called lifestyle inflation. You go from riding public transport to Uber Black, from supermarket shampoo to artisanal scalp elixir. Stability fades when spending creeps without intention. Example, my cousin Laura got a raise from $50,000 to $75,000. Her savings stayed the same, but now she owns 5 sets of designer towels labeled guest only. She has no guests. Here is a challenge for you. When you earn more, save more, not spend more. Set percentage goals for saving each increase. Stability is also being insured by emergency funds and freedom funds, among others. True stability includes having an emergency fund, ideally 3 to 6 months of expenses, and what I like to call a freedom fund. That's the stash that lets you quit a toxic job, take a career break, or pivot into passion. Example, after saving $15,000 in her freedom fund, a striving mom left her draining 9-to-5 and started freelance graphic design. She now earns more and sleeps better. How to start? Please pay particular attention to this. Round up your monthly expenses, multiply by 3 to 6. Make that your emergency target. Then add extra for dreams equals freedom fund. So how do you find your stability number? How much do you think you need to feel secure? Not just survive, but thrive. It's different for everyone, but here's your 3-step formula. 1 is your monthly expenses multiplied by 2. The second is add savings goals, emergency plus joy fund. 3, consider your location and lifestyle needs. Write it down today. My stability number is XYZ dollars per month, year. Once you know your number, you can work toward it. Intentionally, confidently, joyfully. So specifically, how much money buys. Stability. Let's say you're in the US and not living inside a Netflix mansion or a bunker made of gold. For most single adults, a solid ballpark figure for financial stability lands somewhere around $75,000 to $100,000 annually. And before anyone panics, no, that doesn't mean you're unstable if you're earning less. It just means there's less cushion when life throws a flaming raccoon at your budget. Here's why that number actually makes sense. The basic needs plus breathing room are 1. Rent or mortgage, $1,200 to $2,500 per month. Thanks, housing crisis. 2. Utilities and internet, $200 to $300 per month. 3. Food, $400 to $700 per month. 4. Transport, $300 to $600 per month. 5. Health insurance, $300 to $500 per month. And 6. Emergency fund plus retirement plus occasional joy, $500 to $1,000 per month. This adds up to $4,000 to $6,000 per month of core expenses and future planning. So you need roughly $6,000 to $8,500 per month gross income to live securely, save smartly, and still afford guac without checking your bank app first. Plus, inflation exists. Eggs don't cost what they did in 2019. Neither does sanity. Factor in inflation and surprise costs, car repairs, dental drama, spontaneous existential crises. And you want income that's got wiggle room. The rich folks? Not included. Ding, ding. They're often soaring in a whole other financial stratosphere. That $100,000 a year bracket is more like the lounge before boarding the jet. Comfortable, but not cruising at billionaire altitude. Why $100,000 isn't rich, but can be right. Let's put it into perspective. People making $1 million plus a year have a different definition of necessity. We're talking homes with heated driveways, personal stylists, and dogs with nutritionists. In their world, $100,000 might just cover their annual shoe budget. $100,000 doesn't make you rich, but it does mean you no longer panic when your car makes that noise. Your fridge isn't just condiments and existential dread. You can buy name-brand cereal without guilt. You look at your credit score for fun, not fear. Bottom line, it's okay and even ideal for not-so-rich folks to view $100,000 as stable, because rich is subjective and peace of mind is priceless. And if you're wondering whether it's enough for you personally, I can help you crunch the numbers and find your comfort zone.